So I've been a high school teacher in Los Angeles for 26 years, and I have been very fortunate to have a lot of experiences working with a lot of different students and teachers and colleagues around the world. And I sort of synthesized all of those experiences and ideas into my book to help teachers solve the challenges of artificial intelligence, low student engagement, and a lot of the challenges that we're facing in society right now. I really feel it's important to, integrate our lives, our passions, our communities into our teaching, and just really feel that it's exciting and important for teachers to make connections and help students make connections between their curriculum and their lives and their communities. So, I go around speaking at conferences, I give keynotes, I write articles, I publish books, and I have a podcast and newsletter. And I love to share inspiring ideas and share with what I'm learning because I just love to learn and I'm curious about a lot of things. And so I feel it's great to kind of pay it forward and share great ideas that I think are helpful to other people. I've had a lot of experiences as a teacher that kind of reminded me about the importance of what we do and how we do it and why what we do matters to students. So a few years ago, I decided to take students abroad to produce documentaries in foreign countries. And that was really important for me because it was, something that I noticed with my students having trouble seeing beyond just their own small town and their mindset of what they've heard and what they've seen in their own lives. And I really felt it was important to kind of give them an experience that got them outside of that way of thinking and to show alternative ways of thinking and also to connect history to what we're doing today. And so what I found was when I took students to countries like Cuba and Vietnam and Cambodia and Guatemala, that it just sort of unlocked this major aha moment about what our role is as educators, as learners, as citizens in the world, that our way is not the only way, that there are many different experiences and people have, really important lives beyond our country, beyond our city. And I think it's really important for kids to kind of keep that in mind and also to kind of take the concepts that we read about in literature or, study about in social studies and make them real and concrete, that these aren't just abstract concepts or people in a distant place that don't really matter, but that there's a real human connection here and people's have dreams and goals and passions and fears and hopes just like we do. And I feel like at the very least or at the very most, this is the most important thing that we can teach our students is that we are connected to other people in the world and our actions affect and impact other people and that there's other ways of doing things, not just the way we've always done them. I find a lot of inspiration for my teaching outside of the education world, honestly, because I feel like that's what we teach. The world and, culture and politics and history and science. And so I find inspiration in a lot of different places. I follow a lot of newsletters and podcasts. I love listening to Adam Grant. I read The Atlantic. I try to find nonfiction books that inspire me and help me think about not just content, but how I relate to content and how I teach and evaluate and create, and something that inspires me. I feel like the work that I listen to and read sort of nurtures my love of learning too, and I want to model that for my students. My book about authentic learning is called Storytelling with Purpose, Digital Projects to Ignite Student Curiosity. And it's essentially a roadmap and guide for educators to bring purpose, joy, and authenticity back to learning. And it's basically comes out of my observation and conversations with colleagues around the world about the struggles that they're facing right now in education. Everything from artificial intelligence to low student engagement, and students really feeling hungry for purpose and passion and needing to have agency in their learning too. And so I know that a lot of educators are constrained by standardized tests or curriculum that's mandated to them by their state or their school site. And so what the book tries to do is through examples and lessons and case studies and research, provide easy pivots to help educators, energize and bring excitement and joy into their classrooms through easy to do, manageable, multimedia research projects. So it's essentially project-based learning in every grade level and for every subject area. I'd say the major takeaways of my book are that learning should be student-centered, that it should be authentic, and that it should have a purpose. So if we ask students to stress out and do all this hard work for an assignment that will just end up in the trash, that sends a strong message to them about the importance of their time and energy, and also the importance of our curriculum. And so I feel like we can, get kids excited and enthusiastic about our curriculum if we give them opportunities to own the learning and to explore aspects of our curriculum that they find interesting and are passionate about. Yeah. So my book is written for educators of every grade level and subject area, from kindergarten through university level. And I feel like sometimes educators feel that storytelling projects are not for them because they teach science or history or something important, right? But if you think about it, storytelling is at the heart of all good learning. In fact, teaching is a form of storytelling, right? And so what we do in the book is help educators of every level and subject area turn this around and ask students to become teachers. The best way to learn something is to have to teach it. And that's what digital storytelling is, and what these multimedia research projects provide is a way for students to show what they know, explain their learning clearly to an audience, and to create an artifact that is authentic and meaningful and purposeful beyond just getting a grade. I have a lot of projects that I like to work on, one of which is continuing my email newsletter and also my podcast, which this season is about how to publish nonfiction books for the very first time. So I love learning, I love sharing ideas, and I'm excited to see what that turns into. Will that be another book? I don't know, maybe. But for right now, I'm focused on sharing some of the best ideas that I'm finding and sharing with other people.